Alright, so I know this is something that I should probably be reviewing during October for my Hybrid October series I'd make, but we're just going to pretend that it's Hybrid October now, so I don't know, I'll just play the intro or something. There, does that make it better? I don't know. Yo, what's up guys, I'm Ms. and today I will be reviewing the all-new Jurassic World Rebirth Distortus Rex figure. Of course, this is the all-new dinosaur mutant from the new movie. Personally, by the time of filming this video, the movie hasn't came out yet, so I'm not too ideal on like what happens in the movie, so I apologize. But as for someone who's made crap like this, I don't know how I feel about this dinosaur in this new movie. I mean, you know, it's one thing for something like this to be featured in a comic or a book or, you know, a script or something. But like, I mean, this is going to be in the new like movie, so it's like, man, it's just very interesting. Now granted, when this guy was first revealed, or at least first leaked I guess in the original trailer, of course it was an instant no from me because honestly it was just so weird. But in over time that this thing has been out and now that we got the figure out, I mean, it has grown on me, I will admit that, especially concerning the fact that we have seen a lot worse mutants and hybrids in this franchise. So comparing this to those, I mean, it's not as bad, but it's still just very weird looking. Alright, but of course, let's get into the packaging. So you can just literally take this guy right out, which I will put aside for later on in the video. So onto the packaging. It's literally just the same exact packaging as the Spinosaurus that I reviewed in my previous video, so if you want to check that out, I highly recommend it. Of course, in the bottom corner, you got Jurassic World Rebirth, Rumble and Rampage Distortus Rex, with our very first render, well not really rendered, more like a illustration, of the Distortus Rex, and god is it ugly. Moving on to the side of the box, of course we have Jurassic World Rebirth. The opposite side of course has Jurassic World Rebirth again, but in red. And of course the back of the box features a digital render of the Distortus Rex figure in action. As you can see, of course it has a like kind of like a claw slapping feature I guess. Then of course you also have a chomping feature where it roars, has a seizure, and does all sorts of fun things. Alright, now with the packaging out of the way, let's get into the Distortus Rex figure. Alright, so when it comes to the overall look of this figure, I'm not entirely for sure if it's supposed to be accurate or not, because like the only glimpses of it that we see are in the trailer, but then it's like at night and we don't really get a full look of it. So this is honestly our best look at this dinosaur in general. I believe there has been a render leak, so I will put that on the screen, and I believe the render looks a little bit more orange than what this figure looks like, but like I said, we'll have to wait until the movie comes out and more like concept art and, you know, just more imagery of this dinosaur comes out until we can really see if it's accurate or not. So when looking at this figure, the detailing isn't too bad. As you can see, the jaw has a whole bunch of like scoots and scales on it. The head also has some scales, but then the what the hell is this? But of course the beluga head thing that makes me feel uncomfortable has more of a skin texture to it. Looking at the paint job, of course, it has separate pieces for the teeth, mouth, and the overall head, which is really nice because like I said in my previous videos, it makes it look clean. I like that. However, something I don't really like about this is that they made the teeth like overlap the mouthpiece, so it's like, I don't know, it's like the teeth just continue on. It just looks weird and it looks unfinished. I wish they would have just done what they did with all the other figures and have the mouthpiece overlap the teeth instead of having the teeth overlap the mouth. Like I said, I mean, the tongue, of course, does, you know, show through, so obviously got some differentiation with that, but I'm just not a big fan of that. And of course, too, they did the same thing on the other side of the mouth. As you can see, the teeth overlap the mouth, so not a big fan of that. It just makes it look weird. And as for the head entirely, it's just, honestly, it's just so weird how big and bulky it is. I'm not trying to make this video mainly just me talking about how weird the figure is. I know it's hard to get past how it is. I've tried refraining from making this video for a little bit just so I can get a little bit more used to it, but it's just not working. But of course the neck is extremely thick, really chunky. Moving on down the neck, of course it has some white airbrushing, which only goes about down midway to the stomach, of course. So looking onto the arms, this is actually kind of interesting, but as you can see, for some reason they made one of its arms just a dinosaur leg instead of trying to make it walk on its knuckles like it does in the trailer. At least I don't know why they made it inaccurate like that. And also on top of that, they also revealed another Distortus Rex figure that does walk on its knuckles, so I don't know what's going on here. And of course, what's better than two massive gorilla arms but two normal T-Rex arms? Now, I do find it kind of a missed opportunity here, how they kind of just, the T-Rex arms here, they don't really have any sort of friction. I mean, yeah, you can move them, but they just lie limp. Now, I don't know if that's like how it is in the movie. I don't know if it can actually move these or they're just doing nothing. I don't know. But I do wish they kind of made these articulatable, where you can actually have it in like different poses, because it would be kind of cool if you had this like on a shelf and like its arms were like in a different position, and it would just make it a little bit more noticeable and just give it the whole eerie vibe. So I don't know why, but with the whole like small arms you got here, this dinosaur really reminds me of like the monster from the movie The Ritual. I don't know why, but like I remember in that movie there's a scene where like the house is burning down and whatever, and then you finally get like a glimpse of what the monster looks like, and it's like this huge lumbering creature, and it has like two arms that's like, you know, just like down to the side. I don't know how to explain it, but like it reminds me of that with these. And I could imagine like this being like in a backlit environment where you only see its silhouette, and then you see like, you know, of course the monster arms, but then you got like the T-Rex arms like hanging down. It kind of has that whole like vibe to it, and honestly I think that would be really cool, but of course I don't think they're gonna do that. So, but I just that's something I wanted to mention with this dinosaur. Of course, looking down at the body, it has a huge bulky body, and going on down to the tail. The tail is very short and kind of stubby, which is actually kind of a shame. I wish it was a little bit longer, but whatever, maybe it's more accurate. So as for the features, of course, it mainly relies in the tail. The tail can rotate, and there's a button. So when you rotate the tail, this is going to be kind of difficult trying to get in camera, but when you rotate it, the body rotates and this arm moves out. That way, when you rotate it, it can have a slapping motion. And of course, as for the next feature, there is the button on the back, which you press, and there you go. It has sounds, it has a seizure, it screeches, it's everything you could ask for. Bing. Forgot I did that. Okay, so as for the chomping feature, I just want to try it out. So you have the human figure, and then okay, yeah, it can't it can't chomp on anything due to how the mouth mechanism works. But hold on, you can move out the arm, have the human figure standing there, and well, actually no, you can't. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so you can't really have it hit a figure because this arm is in the way. So you would need to have this arm stretched out, but yet, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for it to really hit something when you got the other arm in the way. I don't know how. I mean, maybe if you do it at an angle. Okay, maybe if you do it at an angle. Hold on. That was. I mean, even that was a little bit anticlimactic. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Okay, hold on. You know what? We're gonna make this work. Alright, let's see here. Boom. Human figure. We're gonna use Jimmy Buffett. I am so sorry. I know this is probably insensual, but I don't have any other figures. Here we go. And boom. Look at that. Just smacked him out of the way. There you go. As for size comparisons, here it is compared to the Hammond Collection T-Rex. As you can see, this thing is massive and it just absolutely towers over the Hammond Collection T-Rex. And of course, here it is compared to the new Rebirth Spine. Yeah, I forgot, this thing cannot stand for the life of it. But here it is compared to the Rebirth Spinosaurus. It actually sizes up pretty well. Granted, it is a lot bigger. It's kind of hard to see with the... There we go. Alright, and that was the new Distortus Rex figure. So, I will admit, it's not too bad. It's a very interesting looking figure, and I'm sure when the movie comes out, and after a while people start growing on it and people start to like it. But, of course, for right now, it's new. People aren't used to it. They're not really... They don't know what to think of it, so we're just gonna have to wait on it to really see how we feel about it. But overall though, not too bad of a figure. Very expensive. I'm not a huge fan of that $50 price point. But overall though, pretty good, honestly. Pretty nice figure. If you like this video, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It would really help me out and I'd appreciate that as well. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.